So this is an '04 STi. Obviously, you guys already seen this in the channel. He's making about like 400 horsepower to the wheel. As stage 2 IEG, stage 2 tough block, Dom turbo, 44 tile wastegate, a bunch of really other goodies, injector fuel pump, so much other things. Like, so it's a long list, but essentially, this car makes all the right noises. Yeah, right now it's not like in the best condition body-wise. It could do, we could do some work with it, but as for now, I mean, she's a really good, daily ripper. So we're just gonna be taking it out for a drive, so you guys can see, what it's like to drive something like this. And yeah. All right. So, yeah, guys, I know I haven't posted in a minute, but at least I can get you guys this POV drive and what it's like to drive it. I mean, don't mind my windshield. I gotta replace it. It's been cracked for a minute since like the winter time, so I'm gonna replace it soon. I think I have an appointment coming up for Safe Light to come out and replace the windshield. I mean, it's been long overdue. I really need to replace that thing. But yeah, I mean, this car is a literal joy to drive. I mean, every day I get into this car, I mean, it's fun, it makes all the right noises, it has just enough power to, get around and enjoy, for an STi. But yeah, no, this car's been done all up. I feel like if I were to buy an STi, picture it in my head, this would be the one, like spec'd out. I mean, I know it's like a lot of money to dump into an STi or, one of these years Subarus and stuff like that. So that's why I bought it already, done, and I bought it from somebody I already knew. So I didn't have any problems of being afraid of, oh, something's gonna blow up or something wasn't done correctly. So, but she runs good. I mean, when I first, oh my God, that external wastegate sounds so good. But yeah, like when I first got this car, I bought it, and I think in like 2 or 3 days, I had an issue with the timing. The timing went out for some reason, and it skipped timing. So I brought it to one of the shops around here, and they had essentially they just redid timing. They didn't do a timing kit or anything, they just redid the timing. So, redid the timing, it was fine. 2 days later, skipped timing again. So I brought it back, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like what the hell is going on? Like, this is crazy. So, we just ended up retiming the whole car, and then replacing it with a new timing belt system, new kit and everything. Yeah, I mean, ever since then, it's been perfectly fine. It hasn't skipped timing. It's been driving really good. And like I said, this is my daily driver, so I drive it regularly at times, and other times I just beat on it, because, I mean, it's fun to drive one of these cars. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you just baby the car, or it's gonna blow up or whatever. I'm like, bro, like, why buy one of these cars just to baby it and not really drive it how it's, meant to be driven at times? And I'm talking about like spirited driving. I'm not talking about balls to the wall, like red line every 5 seconds where you're going, spirited driving or whatever. I personally feel like all sports cars should be spirited driving. Like, if you have a sports car and you're not really driving it like that, what's the point? You're not gonna enjoy it. I mean, us as car guys, I mean, we dump so much money into these cars for you to tell me you don't enjoy it, like you don't drive it around, or when you do drive it, you baby it. Like, come on, you gotta at least get into the RPMs once in a while. But yeah, I mean, I have news on the Mustang. So we have an actual tune date, which is I'm excited for, because I honestly didn't think Turbo Mike could squeeze us in. I mean, I called a lot of tuners around the area, and all of them said that they couldn't, tune it off of the of the regular ECU that's on it. So it's on a stock ECU, the Mustang, and obviously the Mustang's built, boost and everything. Everything is done up. So everybody had called either don't tune stock ECU Mustangs or they just won't do it. So my only options was Turbo Mike, and Turbo Mike wasn't responding. I'm assuming he's busy and everything like that. But finally, the guy who built the car is close friends with Mike, and he was able to get me a tune date. So, bro, I'm trying to get around this. Hold up. But yeah, well, let me put the window up a little bit. But yeah, we were trying to get a tune date, and finally Mike was able to get a tune date. The guy who built it, James, was able to get a tune date from Mike on the 29th. So we got a couple more weeks. I'd say about like 2 to 3 more weeks until we can get the car tuned. But I'm like super excited, to get it tuned. Hopefully, I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of I've been on a lot of forums and everything, and they all say like on the setup that I'm on, I should make like 600 wheel. If I make anything above that, then that's just extra power. But I even called Vortec because I have a Vortec V2 supercharger in the car, and I told them I have a 2.871 pulley on the supercharger as of right now. They told me that on that pulley it should make around 15 to 16 pounds max on the setup that I'm running right now. He said that should make 600 fairly, easy. But well, I want to run it on 93 because realistically, here in Mass, there's like 2 or 3 E85 stations in the entire area that I know of, and I'm not gonna sit here and have jugs and jugs of that shit in my house, or try to, I can only go to this place for gas. For a couple extra horsepower, 100 more, I'm pretty good with that. If Mass or New England had more E85 stations, I wouldn't be too inclined to do it. But I've seen guys carry so many like that. I have to, or that go flex fuel or whatever. Flex fuel is a good idea, but I'll just keep it 93 for now, and then later on in the future, if I go like a twin turbo setup, or if I go a big single turbo setup, then I'll start thinking about doing E85. But as for right now, it's just a daily driver. A daily ripper, really. At that point, at 600 horsepower, in that car is something that's, does it turn into, okay, now it's a street quote-unquote race car or whatever, but I don't know. 600 horsepower for that car, I've heard it's very fast. I couldn't imagine like 7 or 8. They're pretty light. They're not like the newer Mustangs where they weigh a little bit more, and I think this car, the Mustang weighs about like 31 to 3,200 pounds, something like that. So, but yeah, no, I'm excited for that, and hopefully everything goes well. And that car is also set up on a power cooler, so it's water to air cooled. It's not air to air. So, especially since we're in the summer now, with it being water to air, it'll cool down the IAT, the intake air temperatures that are coming in, just because it's hot outside. So it's going to be more efficient than an air to air, because air to air just breathes ambient. It's going to take the ambient temperature, and that's how it cools. I'm excited to see what it does. That car has been 3 years in the making of getting done. There was a lot of hurdles, a lot of speed bumps, a lot of stupid shit that I had to deal with, but finally it's done, and it's exciting. It's exciting. It's funny because in one of my videos, I think my latest videos, you can see like how badly, because it sat for like 3 years outside in the woods, pretty much, and the mice got to it. There was rat poop everywhere. It was disgusting. I had to really clean it out, deep clean it, vacuum everything and, you know, really get into it to get all of that stuff out. I don't think I got it on video, but I did it like on my spare time. But yeah, it was gross. It was disgusting. But yeah, no, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that shit again. But yeah, the plan is for this STi, we're gonna be doing body work. So I probably said it already in my previous videos, but we're gonna be doing the fenders, all the rust in the car. We're gonna be getting rid of all that stuff, cleaning all that out. Bumpers, pulling those apart, sanding everything down, and then we're gonna hit it with primer, and then we're gonna paint over and then wrap it. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully everything goes well. I'm trying to wrap both of the cars, the Mustang and this, a midnight purple. So this midnight purple with these bronze wheels will go pretty. I think it'd be a nice combo. These wheels though have to be powder coated because the fronts are faded. Like you could tell when you look at it. You look at the fronts, they're faded, and the rears are they're fine. So I'm gonna just probably get the fronts powder coated, the same color as the rear. So hopefully it comes out right, and I don't have to go and powder coat the rears because the rears are perfect, they're fine. So if I could get all four that same color, it'll be perfect. But yeah, I mean, going back to the history of this car, so yeah, we did timing kit, and then it never had an issue ever since. And then after that, I mean, it's been basic maintenance, you know, like your oil changes. I do them every 3,000 or 4,000 miles. I do Motul 5W40 is what I do for this car. And then let me see. I'm trying to think. So yeah, the axle seal went out on this. The driver's side front axle seal went out, and that was a bitch and a half just to get the axle seal. So, but that's a different story. But we got the axle seal, and then right after, the freaking power steering rack gave out completely. Like it just started leaking and squirting a bunch of fucking fluid out on the floor. So that was another $1,200 that to go fetch to go get the OEM rack, because thank God that the shop that I brought it to had one left, and these cars are year specific, so you can't you can replace some parts, but you can't replace all of them. So I was able to get a rack, or the shop had a rack, and then they replaced it. So this has a brand new rack in it. I mean, pretty much all I've done to this car since I've had it was all maintenance stuff. The previous owner had it for about 3 years and drove it 3,000 miles really. They did a bunch of work to it because when they first got it, it needed just everything under the sun. So they did everything. They did twin disc clutch, they did the shims, they readjusted everything, and then that was that. But I think after a while, you get a car that hasn't been driven that much. So when you start driving it, daily driving it, like how I am, you start all the problems start to present themselves. So I just went ahead and be like, I've known these cars. I've had not an STi, but I've had Subaru WRXs. I've had 4 of them. So I kind of know these cars. I'm like, I'd rather just be on top of the maintenance rather than to wait, for a bigger an issue to happen. So I just like to tackle it and get it over with. I mean, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, I mean, it's running really strong. I love it. I really do. I'm thinking right now we're bottlenecked right now with the headers and the front mount, because I don't have a front mount. I have a top mount, like a regular stock top mount. So I'm planning on going an ETS front mount and then doing a HKS equal length header setup. Now I know that everybody likes the unequal length setup because it's it sounds better. We like the rumble, but if you're looking for power and efficiency, and even on the equal length setups, they don't sound that bad. But if you're looking for power and efficiency, equal length is the way to go. I mean, everybody that I know of who makes 400 plus horsepower, they all go equal length header. You know, even on this setup right now, I think it technically makes like 396. So like shy of 400. But my tuner was like, it will make more power if you went front mount and you replace the header, and then, you know, it'd make probably like 420, 450, like 450 max. But that's probably all I want to push through this block. I think the stage 2 tough block to the wheel holds like 5, and then after 5, it like you're gonna have to think about replacing it. So I just want to keep it under that limit, so I can at least enjoy the car for a while, and then later on start, you know, planning a whole build. Because my next iteration of this car, it's gonna be rotated setup. So I want to go a rotated, probably a 64, 66 or something like that, and then go party with it, to be honest. I'm gonna be leaving you guys off with a little pull so you guys can kind of hear what it sounds like. There you go, guys. But anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, like I said, you know, I'm gonna be posting more now on this channel. I've just been kind of busy with work, so I haven't been able to post much, but I'm gonna start posting again on this channel. So just stay in tune with that. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Take care and bye.
What are my new steps? What are my new flex? What did I tell less? What did I don't stress? What did I grind more?